Hi there, and welcome to Managing Categories in Netcash Shop. In today's session, we're going to touch on adding categories to your online shop. I want to run through the category hierarchy, assigning products to categories, category descriptions, category design, and collapse and expand your categories. When starting off with categories, you would navigate to your Netcash Shop admin panel, and under the catalog heading, you would go to categories. You can see you have a few options under categories. You can add a root category, add a subcategory, or delete categories. By default, the storefront page would have all of your products. So as many products as you've listed would by default show under the storefront page, and you would need to add these products to other categories before you could remove them from the storefront page. Storefront page is a perfect opportunity to add your featured products. So instead of adding all 100 of your products, you could add your top 6 or your top 10, and those would be displayed on your front homepage of the instance site. The category hierarchy. So at the bottom, you can see add root category. So root category is your department or your main category, and we refer to this as L1, which is layer 1. So your layer 1, the department or category or root category, would be called men. Your subcategory would be shoes and grooming, which are part of the men family. And your subcategories layer 3 would be sneakers, formal, and boots, which all fall under shoes, and fragrances and skincare, which fall under grooming. You can add many more layers, but the basic standard across e-commerce industries is the 3 layers. To get started with your first category, you would click on Add Root Category. In this example, I've added my first root category, which is men. Then to add my subcategories, make sure that your mouse pointer is clicked on men and then select Add Subcategory. This way it will file the subcategories under the main heading or under your L1. So I've added the L1 men and 2 L2s, which is shoes and grooming. You can see on the right-hand side as well, availability. You can see that the category is enabled. By default, the categories will be enabled, and you can disable them by clicking on Disable. What I'm doing in this slide, I am adding an L3. So I'm adding a new subcategory in the shoes category. So L1 is men, L2 is shoes, L3 sneakers. This is an example of the category hierarchy. It's in a different format to what I showed you in the first or in the second or third slide. Your storefront page on the left-hand side has got all products listed. Then you can see the men L1, your shoes L2, and sneakers, formal, and boots are L3s. You can collapse and expand your categories. On the left-hand side, you can see I've expanded all, so I can see all of my categories and subcategories. In the middle, you can use the plus and minus signs to manually expand and collapse your categories. And on the right-hand side, if you click collapse all, you can see that only my L1 categories show, men and women. You'll remember in one of our previous sessions, we discussed loading products and how to manage your products online. This is an example of my products that I have listed for this example, and you'll see how I add them to categories in the next slides. So we briefly touched on the storefront. I've got 25 products that I've loaded to run this test, and all of those products by default, as I mentioned, are showing on the storefront page. You can assign products to this category, or you can remove products from this category. Because I haven't allocated my products to any L1, L2, or L3 categories, they are all showing on the storefront page, and you cannot remove any yet. Otherwise, these products would not be assigned to anywhere. If I go to the men category, my L1, you can see that there are no products assigned. If I click on Assign Products to Category, I'll see this pop up. You can use the search bar at the top, as well as the name and SKU columns. If you click on those names, you can filter by SKU number or by name in alphabetical order, or you can do a search in the search bar. What you would do is click on the products in the filter column that you would like to add to this category, and you would say Add Products. What's important to remember is that in your L1, you would want to make sure that you've added all of your products. So my L1 is men. I want to make sure that every product that falls within the men's department or the men L1 is allocated to this product. When you move down to the L2, you would only add the products that belong in that subcategory, and the L3 the same. You'll see this in the next examples. So select the products you want to add and click on Add Products. As you can see now, I'm in my men category and I've added my men's sneakers, fragrances, the boots and casual boots. This means that I've added all of my products. I've obviously cut off on the slide, but all of my products are now listed under men. And you can see on the right hand side, it still says 0. This will update in a couple of minutes. Now I've gone to my L2, my shoes category. And what I've done is set Assign Products to the category, and I've selected only products that are shoes that should reflect when clicking on shoes. So you can see I've not added any fragrances or skincare on the left-hand side. Then one layer down on the right-hand side, my sneakers category, which is my L3. You can see that I've only assigned products that are sneakers. I haven't included any of the boots because when my customers visit the sneakers subcategory, my L3, they don't want to see boots, they want to see sneakers. Now you can see I've gone into my storefront page and I've removed specific products. I've left only 6 products as featured products or products to show on the storefront page. And on your front end on the right hand side, you can see the heading that says featured products and the 6 products that I've chosen. These could be products if you were running a sale and you wanted to call them out. They could be new arrivals, they could be best sellers, or just products that you wanted to feature. You can now see on the left-hand side as well, in my total men's category, I've got 14 products. In the shoes category, I've got 7, and the grooming category, I've got 7. So 7 in the L2 grooming, 7 in the L2 shoes, make up 14 in the total category. And the same applies for sneakers and boots. I've got 3 products in sneakers, I've got 4 products in boots, and those 4 plus 3 products equals 7, which is the total amount of shoes I have listed. By default, when creating the categories, Netcash Shop will allocate a block and a color. These don't mean anything, they really are just space fillers. What I'll do in a couple of the next slides is show you how to change those blocks into visual images. So at the moment, I've gone into my category, which is men, and I've navigated from the home page to the men category, and you can see my 2 subcategories, shoes and grooming. They also have got blocks allocated to them without a visual picture. And then below, you can actually see the products that I have listed in my men category, remembering that all of my products are allocated to the men category. You can see a variety of products from fragrances to skincare to boots to shoes. All of the products would be listed there. If I were to click on the shoes or the grooming block, you would then be redirected to a page that displays only the shoes. And again, you would have your sneakers and your boots within subcategories inside the shoes. I've gone one step further here into my L2. You can see shoes, my 2 L3 subcategories, sneakers and boots, if I wanted to refine my search. And you can see now that I'm in shoes, I'm not displaying any fragrances or skincare. To update images on your category blocks so that you don't get left with the colorful blocks you saw on the previous slides, you would go into your category, click on the category, and navigate to upload or change category image. You can choose a file from your computer and upload it. And in the description below, you can also add text. I always advise adding text because when your site is crawled by the Google bots, this would help with your SEO and your search rankings. So I've said shop luxury brands for men because this is my total men category. When I break it down into some of the subcategories, I would say shop skincare for men online in South Africa, as an example. By adding the images, you can see on my home page, the men category and the women category, my L1s, have each got their own image. So they're no longer the colorful blocks. Again, this is on my home page. You can see my featured products are still displaying. If I click on men, I go into the men's category and my two subcategories are shown at the top, my shoes and my grooming. I've obviously added images to those as well. And you can see my text, shop luxury brands for men. Down below, all of my men products are listed. To refine my search, I would click on shoes or grooming. For this example, I've gone into grooming. You can see I've said shop, top, skincare and fragrance brands for men. That would be good for my SEO. Customers know what to expect when landing on this category. They may also not come in through your homepage. The client or your customer may find this category within the search results in their search engine. So they need to know where they've landed and what to expect. So if this customer searched grooming or fragrance brands for men, they landed on this landing page, they would see, right, I've got fragrances, I've got skincare, where do I want to go? What do I want to shop? And if I click on the skincare block, the skincare category, to go into my L3, my subcategory, you can see I've clicked on skincare, shop skincare for men online. My 3 products. If you would like to add text and an image, or just an image, you can upload it in the description box. You can upload an image from your computer. I like to do a thin banner, as you can see, because you don't want to hide the products that are displaying on your page. You want your customer to see the banner, maybe a small write-up, and go straight into the products without having to scroll down too far to find products. You can add text, videos, images. You can change the alignment and obviously your font. In this example, you can see I've added a banner. I've removed the text and my products for skincare display below. If I had multiple products or hundreds of products, I'd be able to sort the products as well, as you can see by the sort arrow on the right. When editing your category blocks, you can choose in the design menu. So within your Netcash Shop control panel, you would navigate to design and scroll down to category name position. On the right-hand side, you can see a category preview. And for my example, I've said display category name on the image. So on the right-hand side, you can see men and women are displaying on the image. In some of my earlier slides, I had the category names displaying below the block. By using the menu on the left-hand side, you can choose if you wanted to display the category name below the image. You could also choose if you wanted to display the category name when you hover over the image. So you would only see the text when your mouse goes over. You could also hide the category images, or you could hide the category names. If your actual images were visual enough that your customer knew what was in that category just by looking at the image, you wouldn't need a name. There are also custom ways of removing the category blocks and category text from your home page, and we will cover this in one of our upcoming sessions. Another option is to collapse your categories or expand your categories. This is specifically for the homepage of your website, the homepage of your instance site. On the left-hand side, you can see that I've expanded the categories. What this means is it shows you your men category with your text, your category text. It would show you any subcategories that you've got, for instance, shoes and grooming. And below that, it has expanded the categories to show all of your products. So you could use the subcategory blocks, shoes or grooming, to refine your search. Alternatively, you would be able to view all of the products within the men category. That's all I've got today for categories or managing your categories online. Please have a look at our website, shop.netcash.co.za. Under the Learn heading, we've got quite a lot of information and resources available for you to get going or improve your e-commerce and drive your e-commerce business. On our webinars page, you'll see that we've added all of our previous webinars as well as upcoming webinars. On the showcase page, you can see existing clients of Netcash Shop that have set up and are successfully running their online businesses. And we also have some guides available, which are downloadable in PDF to help you get set up and talk you through the process of marketing and setting up your business. Mentioned earlier, the upcoming webinars. Next week, we will be touching sales channels and marketing your online shop. Our previous webinars have been added to the webinar page. Please go and have a look if you missed them. Don't forget, we have a fantastic help center available where each step of setting up your online business is documented with screen grabs and information to help you get going or help you if you get stuck. And please feel free to contact us on email, via the website on the WhatsApp support line, and visit our blog for some upcoming marketing tips and tricks, and of course the Help Center and webinar pages. Don't forget to go and sign up for next week's webinar. You can do so on the webinar page on the website. Fill in the form and download the ICS file to add to your calendar. Thanks all, and we'll see you next week.